Bonjour! Hysterical Yogi here for you all. This is a quick stretch and breath work at the same time. Because I'm an A-type New Yorker, I like to maximize all my practices. Not always the best technique as a yogi. But for those of you who don't have a lot of time, which is most of us, this is a really quick, easy one. And hopefully you have, most of us practice yoga, so a lot of us have straps around the house, but if not, a belt or a towel. The idea is that you hold it in this position, but because we're going to be going up and over our back, you want to make sure that it's wide enough to not hurt your shoulders. So again, I have shoulder injuries, people with other shoulder injuries, just be aware and careful and do not go further than you can. Again, just because I can do it doesn't mean you can do it. So I do this myself. This is a little part of my own warm-up practice because, again, with the shoulder injury, the way that has affected my chest and my pecs, that can really tighten my breath, my breathing if I don't do a stretch out before my breath work. So this is how I actually start stretching, but I already start integrating the breath. And so I'm presenting it to you as like an exercise on its own. What I do essentially, just to give you the crib sheet in advance, is I use it to check in with my breath, but I am trying to establish even breathing. So whatever your count tends to be, I am trusting you to know if you can do inhalations of 4 or maybe even longer, or maybe your inhalation length is only 2. We are trying to move on the breath, but once again, do not strain and take breaths that leave you breathless in order to try and match mine. Remember, your breathing rate is your breathing rate, my breathing rate today is yours. I'm just giving an example, but I point this out because I have a very long inhale and exhale. I will be approaching even counts, and then towards the end on my exhalation, I will be taking that count up. So. Little vagus nerve contact, a little shakeout. I take a look all the way to the left and all the way to the right. What this does is send signals of switching out of an alarmed state, preparing for predators to be around, to what we're trying to work towards: rest, digest, parasympathetic nervous system. The way that we move our eyes sends a signal to the brain. So that's why I did that. I advise you to scan your area using your peripheral vision. Left and right, okay. So you find your seat, exhale fully. I take my belt taut and then I inhale. At the top, I pause at the top of my inhale and I wait for the exhale to initiate before I go down like this. Exhale through your nose, not through your mouth. And then inhale back up. At top of the inhale, pause, and exhale down. See how I try to default to mouth exhalation there? Don't do it. Keep it in the nose. Take a little more air if you can. And then exhale. See right there, I'm building a little bit of tension, which means my inhales are too long. That's a little better. Exhale back down. Inhale up. Exhale a little bit longer if you can. Inhaling up. Pause, and then again, longer exhale. Inhale. Exhale longer. And then just drop the strap where it is. Let your hands come to rest on tops of your knees or thighs and feel the difference in both your shoulders and your breath. And that's a simple exercise that can help. As I tried to give you a little bit of pointers, watch where you might take in tension. As you saw, I was building a little tension because I got a little ambitious with my inhalations. A longer exhalation calms us, but if we get a little bit too aggressive, A-typey with the inhale, it can subtly be building tension, and then you have to back off your count a little bit. So always through your breathwork practice, don't be trying to fit your breath into a rigid structure or box or matching the teacher. Use it as a guideline to then find your way into your own pace. And please always be very vigilant for both physical tension, jaw tension, face tension that builds up, because when we get concentrated in our breath work, that can happen, and then it takes away from the whole purpose. And same thing with the shoulders. If you notice that a movement with the arms is creating so much tension that it's affecting the breathing, that also informs you something about your body and your practice to work with. Good practice, good luck. Namaste.